All right, I'm gonna make a walk around video here on this 2000 Ford F-250 Super Duty crew cab 7.3 liter diesel here. I happen to own a classic car shop, and if you go look at my eBay feedback, most of the cars I sell on eBay are all classic cars. This just happens to be a newer one. I've done some towing with it and I put it up for sale. eBay's a pretty good platform for that. But I always make a walk around video. Pictures will only tell you so much about a vehicle. So I think it's important to kind of go around it, explain everything, show any imperfections, start it up, stuff like that, just to give you an idea of exactly what you're getting. That way you can buy with confidence. You know, when it gets to your front door, you already know what's going to arrive. A lot of dealers out there selling cars that look great in photos, but when you get them, they're absolute trash. And I make a video that way there's proof. There's proof that this thing's just a beautiful, awesome truck. I'm a licensed dealer. Like I said, I do classic cars, but I'm mainly a collector, builder, yada, yada, yada. All right, stop chattering here and go around the vehicle. So it's a 2000 Ford. It's a two-owner truck. What you'll see is a newer front end here. Previous owner was an older retired gentleman, and he would add some parts here and there to make it look cool. A really nice guy. But he had a 2005 or 6 grill conversion, so it had a little newer look to it, and he had the Harley headlights put in. It's a really nice looking truck. It looks a lot newer than what it is, but I like the look of it. The bumper has a couple little dents in it. There's a tiny one here. I mean, this is the smallest of dents, you can barely see. And then there's a couple on this side. Right here, right there, and right here. They're so small, but I mean, I just want to point them out so you know what's going on there. Paint, body, excellent condition. I mean, you know, there's some wear and little rock chips here and there, but I mean, it's 17 years old and this thing has been babied. You know, we could go around it and point out little stuff like, I mean, just tiny stuff here and there. Trying to think of what else is right. You got couple marks on the door. If you're wondering what is around me, it's my little man cave shop. It's where I bring all my projects and work on them. A little bit on the door here. Little thing there. I mean, it used to have some fender flares on it. There's some rock guards around the wheel wells. So right here you see a little bit of marring. Really light. To be honest, you could buff it out. It's not deep, it's just a little surface scratch. A little scratch around the gas tank. This is pretty much a rust-free truck. There was some light surface rust on the chassis, but super light. It's an Oregon vehicle. We don't salt the roads around here. These Fords actually had a really bad coating they put on the chassis, and doesn't matter where you're at, they tend to usually get a little surface rust. If you buy one of these from the East Coast, have fun. They are absolute trash. The chassis look like cheese blocks after a few years. All the wheel wells are in excellent shape. You know, I know the lighting's bad, but look, there's no rust or anything. It's just a really nice used vehicle. Really nice driver quality. A little bit of marring right here. We'll come to the back. I know the lighting's terrible, sorry. Back's in excellent shape. Little small ding in the bumper right here, maybe an inch long. I'll back up so you can see. Stainless exhaust tip. Here, see the bottom of the wheel? Oh, you can't, the lighting's horrible. Bottom of the wheel wells here are just in excellent shape for its age. I did do a little touch up on it right here. You can barely see it. It's right here. There was a 1-inch chip of paint that had started to peel off. And I got my airbrush gun out, and you can't tell. It's right on the edge here. Maybe in person you might be able, it's really hard to see. You probably will never ever notice it. I just know that I did it here. So small little semicircle right here I did with an airbrush. Super hard to see, but it's there. You have towing mirrors. They're power adjustable towing mirrors. They extend and push out. You have a little bit of the black coming off. I might touch it up before that heads out. But anyways, they go in, they fold into, so they fold in and pop out. Fully adjustable. You have your rock guard on the hood here. I know I'm yapping about a bunch of stuff. I usually get off course on these videos, and I'm okay with that. Let's see here. Interior. This is a Lariat. So fully loaded. Power seats, leather interior. You have the wood trim, power windows, power door locks, power mirrors. Truck is in phenomenal shape. Carpet in excellent condition. You have your, I'll go under here. Carpet's in, it's a non-smoker truck. It's not one that's been trashed with kids. The seat is in excellent condition. Both seats, actually all the seats. Everything works on it exactly like it should. You start it up, you drive it, there's nothing that doesn't work like it's supposed to. You have a tow controller down here. It's 4-wheel drive. Again, I'll put it off course. You have worn manual locking hubs. Oh, while we're down here, you have BFG all-terrain tires with about 80% tread. These are 10-ply E-rated tires. Great for towing, driving around. These, in my opinion, are the best tires ever made. These are KOs. I usually go with the KO2s. That was the newer edition. You can still buy the KOs. They're an excellent tire. If you go on any tire review site, the KOs will be one of the top rated tires. They're phenomenal. Nice and quiet on the highway. Do great in the snow, dirt. See here. 90,852 original miles. Go run the VIN on Carfax. Check it out for yourself. You have your chrome side steps, easier for getting in. Like, I'm not the tallest guy, so they make it nice. So you got some gauges here. He added some gauges in the truck. You have your trans temp. God, the lighting is horrific. You have your trans temp there. You have your turbo pressure. Keep an eye on your boost. And you have your pyrometer, which basically tells you your exhaust temperature and gives you a nice little gauge so you know if you're getting hot. He towed his boat. He was he did a bunch of fishing, so there's a deep transmission pan in this, an aftermarket transmission cooler, and basically he got these gauges because if you're towing a lot, it's just a nice thing to know where you stand. I've towed with this a few times. You can't beat the 7.3s. They're phenomenal. They drive around nicely too. I mean, they're a great grocery getter. You ride up high. Pleasure to drive. Let's go through some things here. So like I said, everything works just like it should. You have your touchscreen Bluetooth stereo here. So you can go through the radio, connect to your phone. You can answer phone calls. It has two wires here. One is the speaker. This is the speaker for the Bluetooth. So when you answer phone calls, you could just leave it here and it'll pick up your voice just fine. And then you have your phone plug-in. So if you're running music and you want to charge your phone, those are both tucked away right here. I'm not a big techie. I'm an old school guy. I work on old cars. But this is actually a nice head unit. It's actually fairly easy to use. You can talk on the phone while driving safely. It's a nice unit. Got your center console here. Cut out. You got your center console here. I haven't emptied it, but just some odds and ends. This is actually the, there's a backup camera, hasn't been installed in here. So this is it. It goes with, came with the stereo. He never had it installed. Basically, you put it in, and then when you put the truck in reverse, you can see your backup screen there. AC blows cold. Everything works. All your power windows work. There's that window. Where's the back one? There's the back one. Here's this one. There's that one. Now I know my videos can be long and boring and redundant, but I don't really care because somebody out there appreciates them going through everything. Unlock lock work. You have your power mirrors. So on your left hand switch, right. Your charge port, your cup tray. It's almost a flawless interior. You have your sunglasses, little storage here. It'll tell you your tank here and the cardinal direction in which you are traveling. Let's see here. Let me start it up real quick. Turn it off because I'm going to do a driving video after this. Starts up great, runs just as nice as it looks. It's a phenomenal paint color. Okay, what am I forgetting? You've got lockable, those are little locks up there, you can see them. These are adjustable roof racks, so if you're putting anything on top, those have locks in them and move front to back. Great if you're putting, you know, a rack up there, storage bins, a little canoe. This is a snug top of the line snug top at that. This is the luxury model of Canopies. So first off, I know it's dark. This is this right here. A lot of times on these Canopies, you have to put your key in and lock it, which you can do here. But this one is actually remote unlocking. So you just hit your regular unclick here, and you hear that click, and it unlocks. So it's all integrated with your factory unlock system. All right, get to the good stuff. Got a light. Little switch here turns on a light. Like I said, it was an older retired gentleman. It's a fully carpeted top. Has fishing pole holders up here. So he would put all his fishing pole holders in there. It's fully lined in Line X, as you can see there. So, you can't see. So the whole bed was done in Line X. It's got this really nice rubber mat in here to protect that and to keep things quiet so they don't bounce around. Like I said, you've got the light. It's just a killer canopy. You really can't beat it. I could live back here. Good enough for me. But you know, when you're out at night and you can't see anything back here, it's really nice to have this bright light. And that's all hooked up here, this connector here. So if you want to take the canopy off, you just unhook this and you're free of the electronics. Super simple, super easy to use. You've got tie downs in the corners here. Can't beat this for a canopy. Tailgate's in excellent shape. Closes nicely. And like I said, that remote locking feature is just awesome. I've had a number of trucks with canopies and always kind of a pain in the ass to lock it and have a separate key. See here, 7.3 liter diesel, 4-wheel drive, everything works as it should. I have a clean title for it in hand. I'll put the VIN number on there. So go ahead, run the Carfax, think it over, you know, do your due diligence, but this is the real deal. This is a 90,000 mile original 7.3 liter Ford. You just don't find them anymore. That's why I bought it. That's why I've used it. Phenomenal truck. These are getting rarer and rarer. And if you don't buy one now, in 5 years from now, you won't probably even be able to get your hands on one. So, like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. I am happy to answer anything I can answer for you. If you need any pictures of anything, let me know. So you want me to take some more pictures of a certain area, say, hey, can you send me some pictures? I'll get them to you, no problem. If you want a video of something, I can do that. Anything you need me to do, that way you're comfortable with purchasing it, I'm happy to do. You're welcome to fly out here and take it for a test drive. You're welcome to have a mechanic come and take a peek at it. I make a video and post a lot of pictures, so hopefully you feel confident buying it with my given ad. But if you want more assurance, feel free. Come out here, drive it, mechanic, whatever you need. It's probably one of the nicest ones out there right now. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. The paint on it is phenomenal, especially in the sun. It's dark in my shop, so just realize that. Yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions, give me a call, 503-476-5210. You could text me. You can eBay message me. I'll get back to you usually within, 20, 30 minutes. You have the eBay app on my phone, so I'll get a message. I try to be as responsive as possible. So there you go. Like I said, any questions, let me know. And, one last thing. Most of my auctions, I'm going to put this in auction, do not last the duration of the auction. Typically, someone will call me and say, hey, I'd like to buy your Ford. What are you asking for it? We can work out a price. I'll end the eBay auction and sell it to you. Sometimes my cars do last the full auctions, and you can look at my feedback. It's just more times than not, someone calls and buys it before the end. So if you are very serious about this, you might want to give me a call and see if we can work something out. That's just how most of the times I sell a vehicle. People see something they like and they move on it. So my name's Dave. Give me a call, give me a message, and we'll go from there. Thanks. All right, gonna go on a quick drive around video. Show you how it drives and runs. Just a beautiful truck out in the sunlight though. Much better looking truck than in the photos inside my dark shop. So interior, you do have the sliding rear window. And I have not had this truck detailed. It's actually going in for a detail in a couple days. I just gave it a wipe down, so it's going to be a lot cleaner when I get the carpets shampooed. They're already spotless, but should be done regardless. Like I said, super clean interior, non-smoker. Just showing you it out in daylight. All right, let's get going. I'll roll up the windows. Stereo, good stuff. It's quite a hot out here. Let me get the AC going. All right, let's take her for a quick test drive. steering, brakes, everything on the truck is really tight and how it should be. There's no worn out ball joints or steering components, so just a really nice original truck. Dash is in excellent condition. I'm just gonna yap for a bit because I have a feeling I'm gonna wait on traffic here. Shifts nice and smooth. Like I said, I restore and sell classic cars, so usually in my videos there's a lot more content to be described. You know, I don't know what to say about this truck other than it just drives like it's supposed to, runs like it's supposed to. I'll take it out for about 10 minutes here, go over the bridge and back, and just call it good, but it's the real deal. Here's your turbo gauge. Shows you your boost pressure. That works like it should. Your trans temp gauge works, but it takes a long time for that to build up heat because of the aftermarket cooler and the larger pan. Here's your pyrometer. You see your exhaust temp. Excuse me if the phone is wiggling. It's hard to drive with one hand while filming. I mentioned in the previous video, but this does have an exhaust system on it, an aftermarket exhaust kit. About 60. The nice thing about these 7.3s and the larger trucks, they just cut right through the air. the higher up you drive, the slower it seems like you're going. So it's nice to get these out on the freeway and just let them cruise. Now that the truck's warmed up, I'll pull a UE here and kind of accelerate quickly and show you how she performs. Good turning radius. Alright, I'm going to get on it here. 1 second. That's how a truck is supposed to accelerate. 7.3 turbo diesel. And that's why these are so highly sought after. When you're pulling a trailer, which I have with this a few times, it doesn't feel like you're pulling anything because of the torque. Most of the people watching this video already know that, but for those of you new to these classic 7.3 turbos, they are just beasts of engines, and they are about as reliable as they come. Still running cool engine temps. Good oil pressure. This is a well-maintained truck since the day it was new. If you continue up with the maintenance and the care, just changing the oil, taking care of the air filter, changing your fluids, and driving it properly, these 7.3s are good for 300,000 to 400,000 miles. Alright, Eagle has landed. So there you go. I'll leave the video with that. Like I said, if you have any questions, give me a call, 503-476-5210. Send me an offer. If you're anything at all, you can text me. I'll take text between 8 a.m. and midnight Pacific time. Same thing with phone calls. So there you go. Thanks.